This is Cheyenne and we're reporting for KGFW, and this is
Gary Hess.
Gary. Can you tell us what's going on here tonight?
Well, what we're having tonight is our first ever Hall of Fame banquet from GFW. The Booster Club is sponsoring this event. It's the first time ever this event is coming on, and our first two inductees this year is Charlie Sundeen and Lyle Muth, longtime coaches of GFW and very successful coaches of GFW.
Can you tell us what is the Booster Club?
Well, the Booster Club is basically a bunch of the parents that are involved in all three towns between Gibbon, Winthrop, and Fairfax. They either have kids playing in athletics or their kids have graduated, and we have basically four officers on the Booster Club, and there's like 8 members that are involved here. And what they do is they raise money, so all the athletics people, when they can't find money to buy helmets, footballs, and baseballs, things like that, they come to the Booster Club, and then at that time the Booster Club will donate money to their cause.
What is one of your favorite memories from watching the coaches coach?
Well, I would have to say I've had the experience of officiating football back in the 80s, late 80s, when Charlie Sundeen was the football coach, and I love to watch Charlie's reaction on some of the things that didn't go right, and the way he reacted. And then I would have to say with Lyle Muth, I would love to say that, like in the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter of the basketball game, his suit jacket would always come off and go throwing into the air someplace, into the bleachers, because he was upset about something. So I enjoyed watching that.
Looks like there's a lot of people coming in, so we'll let you get going.
Well, thank you, and I want to just say thanks to KGFW for being here tonight. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lucas Blumhofer, and I'm reporting for KGFW, and this is
Kevin Sallstrom.
Kevin. Can you exactly tell us what is going on here tonight?
Sure. Tonight is our first ever GFW Hall of Fame banquet, and tonight we're going to be honoring 2 coaches that coach for GFW. Coach Sundeen, football, and Lyle Muth, coached basketball.
Can you exactly tell us what is the Booster Club?
The Booster Club is a board that has 12 members on it, and it was organized to promote sports at GFW.
What's one of your favorite memories from watching the coaches coach?
Well, I played for both of these, and one of my favorites is when Coach Muth would get about a minute into the game, he'd kind of get mad and take off his coat and put it down on the bench.
Did he do that every game?
Pretty much. You could tell when he was into the game.
We'll see if we can find some footage of that.
Good. You should be able to find some.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Now we're interviewing
Ted Domeyer.
Hey Ted, can you tell us a little bit about tonight, please?
Our intent tonight is our first GFW Athletic Booster Hall of Fame banquet, and we're going to be honoring 2 inductees tonight, Lyle Muth and Chuck Sundeen, who were both coaches at GFW. One for football was Mr. Sundeen, and basketball was Lyle Muth.
What was one of your favorite memories watching these coaches coach?
Probably for Mr. Sundeen was the year that they went to the state tournament, and they ended up winning the state tournament with an undefeated team. And the weather that they had to play in to get to the dome is what I remember, playing in below zero weather, is for Chuck Sundeen. Other than that, it was Mr. Sundeen's ability to withstand the cold himself, and he always coached in shorts. But that night he had to go put on some long pants. But other than that, Mr. Sundeen always wore the shorts. For Lyle Muth, favorite coaching probably was when he was with the state tournament team also, with Stephen Gillis and Jamie Pelzo and Chris Palmer and those boys. And that was the year, 2 years that they had the real good teams. And the regional playoffs was probably the best basketball that they played.
Thank you very much. Is there any other things you would like to share with us?
Not at this time, and hope that everybody has a good time tonight with this banquet. Thank you.
That's Ted Domeyer from the GFW Booster Club.
Now we're talking with
Don Adama.
Didn't you help out Mr. Muth?
Oh, I was an assistant coach with Lyle for about 10 years, I think it was. Okay, and and it was a lot of fun.
What's one of your favorite memories from coaching with him?
Okay, I would say probably going to the state tournament 2 years in a row. Just getting there was just fantastic. The kids worked really, really hard.
Where was that state tournament held?
State tournament was in St. Paul, but we ended up playing at Williams Arena also.
Who were some of the players that were on that team?
Oh man, we had Steve Gillis, Ryan Rubishko, Jamie Pelzel, Chris Palmer, Coach Bussey, the head coach right now, was on our team at that time, and Shane Zellman was another one, Ryan Else. There was a lot of really good basketball players. I know I missed some of them.
Thanks a lot, Don.
You're welcome.
Now we're interviewing.
Chris Swenson.
Is it true that you played for both of these coaches?
Yes, it is. I played for both Coach Muth and Coach Sundeen.
You gotta have some memories that you can share.
Well, what I remember about Coach Sundeen is we always worked hard. He always wanted us to be in good shape. I remember dreading going to 2-day football practices because he used to run us a lot. I remember him always saying the football is like a pot of gold. It's very important. You got to take care of it. And Coach Muth was just a really great guy to play for. He had a lot of good stories, and they were both good guys, and I'm happy for them tonight.
Everybody's saying Mr. Muth used to take off his suit jacket.
Well, Coach Muth, we were sitting on the bench. We'd always have a little bet how many minutes it would take before he took off his blazer and threw it. And more often than not, he usually had it off in about the first 2 minutes of the game. He'd take it off and he'd throw it on the ground and get upset about something, but we always got a good laugh out of that.
It sounds like they were really both great coaches.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so grateful that I got to play for both those guys. Got a lot of good memories and good times, and I still get to see them around the community, and every time I see them, we'll talk about old times, and it's fun.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
Thank you.
Now we're interviewing
Roger Jones.
Roger. Can you tell us your experience with these coaches?
Well, I have most experience with Charlie Sundeen because I was his assistant coach for many years at Winthrop and at GFW. And I even coached with him at Gaylord when we were Gaylord-Winthrop together. So I've spent a lot of time with Charlie. And Charlie is a one-of-a-kind guy. He is just a wonderful person and a great coach.
What's one of your favorite memories of coaching a football team?
Well, I'd probably have to say there's a couple of them, but certainly in 1989, when our team went 14-0 and won the state championship, that was the first one for GFW. That was one of the special moments in coaching. And another special moment for me anyway was coaching the year that my son played. So those were two special years.
Is there anything else you would like to share with us?
Well, I'm glad that you're doing these interviews and you're doing such a fine job on this. And I'd also like to say that I've known Coach Muth along with Coach Sundeen for many years, and both of them are just great people along with being great coaches.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
Now we're interviewing
Coach Muth.
What's going on here tonight?
Well, tonight Coach Sundeen and myself are being inducted into the GFW Hall of Fame. We are going in as charter members, and I'm very humbled and very proud to go into the Hall of Fame.
What's one of your favorite memories of coaching?
Well, 1990 and 91, our basketball team was able to go to the state tournament, and I think it took me 25 years to get a team to the state, and I think that was really my highlight.
Everybody's been asking us about your jacket. Are you gonna keep it on tonight?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see, but I plan on it. I used to get a little excited during the ball games, and I would take my jacket off. But I think tonight I'm going to leave it on.
Sounds like you've had a lot of great experiences.
Well, I sure have, and I've had a lot of great ball players play for me, and I've been blessed with a good family that supported me so I could enjoy the game that I love. And my teams were fortunate enough we were able to win 43 straight conference ball games, and I think that's one of my highlights too.
Do you have any memories from that very first year of coaching?
Oh, I sure do, and I learned a lot. My ball club went 8 wins, 12 losses, and to be real honest, I don't think I did a very good job coaching, but I certainly learned a lot, and I taught in a little school of Franklin, South Dakota. We only had 45 kids in the total high school, so we didn't have many numbers, but it was a great experience, and I learned a lot.
Do you have any favorite basketball movies?
Yeah, I sure do. I love the. Now I'm drawing a blank, but the what was that one in Indiana that the Hoosiers was one of my favorites, and then the one recently just out I've watched. Well, not just out; it's been out a while, but. They won the national championship, but you can tell I'm not much of a movie goer since I can't even remember the movie, but it was a great movie. It was about black athletes winning the national championship.
Thank you for contributing to our little movie tonight.
Well, thank you for taking your time to interview me, and I appreciate it very much. You people do a great job interviewing people. Thank you.
Tonight we are interviewing
Lowell Zellman.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience as coaching?
Do you want me to talk about all those experiences? Okay, 1971. Just up the street there was the Catholic school. And I was coaching junior high basketball there in the basement of the Catholic school. And we had a floor that had linoleum like this, and it had a low ceiling, very much like this, and it had a locker room with 2 showers, and that's where my 20-some players or so showered. And then when we became GFW, I coached over there with Lyle Muth.
What's one of your favorite memories from coaching with Mr. Muth?
Well, in 1991, we were playing in Howard Lake against St. Bernard's, and we were behind at halftime. And Coach Muth, in his halftime speech to the players, told them to come out and play like biting sows. Now, our players didn't know what a biting sow was, and they probably couldn't tell a biting sow from a ham sandwich, but it worked. They came out and played very well, and a week later we were playing in Williams Arena.
Do you think basketball could teach people about life?
Well, there are quite a few similarities. One, you have problem solving. You want to play well, you want your team to do well, you have so many players, they have some negative things, some positive things. You have to work together, you have to play as hard as you can, do as well as you can, don't quit. Lots of things that life and basketball have in common.
Thank you very much for letting us interview you.
It's been my pleasure, Cheyenne.
This is Cheyenne Sundeen reporting for KGFW, and this is
Coach Sundeen.
Coach, what's going on here tonight?
I don't know, there's some kind of a get-together here where they're presenting Mr. Muth and myself with the plaques for being quite old.
From what I hear, you are quite the football coach.
Oh yeah, my reputation has exceeded me wherever I go. See, then I'm in trouble wherever I go. People say, well, gee whiz, that's quite a deal, you know?
What's one of your favorite memories from coaching football?
Well, I'll tell you, there's so many favorite memories, it's going to be tough to even bring them all up, I'll tell you that. But A couple of them I've had with student managers that I've had. I'm going to tell a couple of those stories tonight, so if you pick up on that. I've had some interesting things happen with some of the student managers that I've had, and I think they'll enjoy some of those stories.
What year was it when you won the state championship?
In 1989. And then in 1991, we made it back to the semifinals, almost made it to the state finals again, and we made it to the state playoffs again in 1995.
What was it like when the clock hit 0 in that game?
Well, let me tell you, it was pretty exciting because one of the coaches alongside me on the sideline said, you better step out and take a look at the fans in the stands, and they were just going bananas. I'll tell you, all the fans from, I think, Gibbon, Fairfax, and Winthrop were there. I don't think anybody was left in any of those towns because it looked like all of them were there in the Metrodome that day.
What does self-discipline and responsibility mean to you?
That means to always get your job done and be on time and be ready to work your best and do your very best no matter what you're doing.
Coach Sundeen, you make us proud.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm proud to be involved with the GFW school system. I really am. And you kids do a good job, and I really enjoy watching you on Channel 8.
I got one more question for you. What was it like your very first year of coaching?
Okay, that was in 1963, and that was up at Pequot Lakes, Minnesota. And if you can believe this, the first 2 years of coaching in the high school area, I never lost a ball game. So it was quite exciting. We went 8-0 the first year that I was up there, 8-0 the next year. And we won the conference again the next year, only we weren't undefeated. We were, I think we were 6-2 or 7-1. I cannot remember exactly. So it was an awful lot of fun for a few years up there. A good start. How's that?
It's been an honor interviewing you, and we'll let you have some fun now.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciated your time. And your name is?
Cheyenne Cinnamon.
Oh boy, Cheyenne, thank you for doing such a nice interview, okay?
Yes.
Years in the business, Chuck, it's got to be awfully gratifying.
Oh gosh, this is the epitome of the whole thing. I just can't believe it. It's just super, and the kids played back from a tough game all the way, never let up, just kept coming. It was just a credit to the ball club themselves that they never caved in at all.
I know that you set your sights high, this high, even coming into the season, and when the other guys bring it back 90-some yards on a kickoff return, it would have been easy to turn tail a little bit, but you guys overcame it.
We haven't got that type of team. We just don't. Those kids won't quit no matter what the adversity may be. No matter how tough it may look, they never quit. They just keep working, and it's just a pleasure for me to be involved with a team like that. Bunch of guys, I'll tell you.
Great to see the support that the communities have brought along. It's a wonderful state championship for Gibbon, Fairfax, Winthrop. You saw the trophy behind you. Congratulations, Chuck.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much.
Memories of a lifetime. Back upstairs.
Indeed, that is true. Memories of a lifetime, memories of a state championship here at Prep Bowl. Back for more after this. This is the Prep Bowl Network.